Hi everyone, Emma here. So I have a really interesting bracelet to show you how to make today. So this involves a bunch of different components, and I apologize. I like to do stuff that doesn't require a lot of stuff so that if you see it and you like it, you can do it with what you have. But I'll let you know where I got the stuff, and hopefully you can get it easily or you already have it. So starting out, I just want to mention you do see the vintage patina stuff here. So we are going to use that. So I'm just going to set this aside for a second here. And so the main component which inspired this bracelet is, let me enlarge this so you can see, is these beautiful heart sliders that I got a long time ago on AliExpress. And I have gone back because I'm going to be doing a bunch of leather bracelets, and I've ordered some flat leather and some really large diameter leather to do some really cool men's bracelets, but stuff to use sliders with as well. So these are the ones that I found on AliExpress. They're super inexpensive. I think like somewhere in the $2 to $3 range for 10, I think 10 or 12. So I love these hearts. They just remind me of like an antique style design. So there's these hearts. There's these lovely starfish. And then this has that Southwest feel, or like a cowboy kind of concho stud feel to it as well. And then these lovely Virgin Mary ones. So these are really beautiful. So I got the two different metals on those. So we're going to put those aside for now. The other items that I'm using is this lovely flat, I would call it leatherette, and I did do an unboxing of this recently. This stuff is more amazing than what I thought. I actually had put it in my cart and removed it because I thought all these little strands, that's going to come apart and stuff. But it's actually part of the design, and it's coated with like a kind of, I don't know if it's plastic or vinyl or something, and it has these sparkles. I don't know if you can see the sparkles, but it's just a hint of sparkle in it. They're gorgeous. I bought all the different colors of this, and these were super cheap as well. And I also have some metallic pearl, I think this is. Yeah, metallic pearl. And this is how you spell exotica. I think I've mentioned it before in a recent unboxing, and just if you're looking for them, check your spell checker. It often corrects it to EX, and that's why it's hard to find. So they are great. Their prices are great. They have like rolls like this. This one is 25 meters. This would have been like $10. That's the way to buy your leather. Like, buying it by the meter is ridiculously expensive, and you never know what you're going to get for cuts and knots and stuff like that. With this, they do say with their leather they do their best to not have any knots, but some of the more natural ones you do have knots in it, but it's not usually a big deal. You can work around that, like cut at the knot. It's usually after a long strand. So that's my spiel on leather. So I have, because we're making a bracelet, I have some of these lovely crimp ends. It's a basket weave. I have a few, I think these are 5 mil silver plated jump rings to attach the stuff, and we're going to use an extender chain. I am going to cut these to fit my wrist, and then I'm going to use an extender chain in case I want to give it away to somebody. So then for the extender chain, I want to add, actually I need a head pin for this. This is actually a heart bead, and then a heart charm, so you can see the hole is on the top of the heart. So we need a head pin for this. Let me grab that. Let me see, I might have some on my desk. I do. Let me see if I have a silver one. Okay, I just put them somewhere. Oh, silly me. Let me grab these. I have another container of these head pins that have the shorter ones. Let's just use one of these. Yeah, right there. I'm gonna grab a few in case there's mistakes. Because it's wire wrapping, there's always mistakes. Then I have this chain. So this is the clasp I want to use. So it's got the big, thick clasp. So just remember when you're at an extender chain, I wouldn't normally use this size of chain for an extender chain because you want it to be kind of an afterthought. You don't want it to really be huge and stuff, but I really wanted to use this clasp, so you need a bigger hole for your chain. So actually, let's pull this off right now. I'm going to cut the leather to about a 6-inch length, and that means to extend it, add another inch for your if you have like a 7.5-inch wrist. And the reason I say 7.5, because once you add everything, if you measure this and your jump rings, this will be about a 1/2 inch, so that will bring you to the inch. So let's just, I kind of want these small ones to be connected so that the big ones are open for the clasp. So we'll probably take that big one off, but we'll wait and see. So we count 1, 2, 3 and open this one here. See where the opening is. And I don't usually use my flat nose pliers for this, but we're going to use it for the crimp end. And I think, yeah, I'm just going to close it right now. Yeah, so with my tools, I have these chain nose pliers that I really like. I need to get another one. I have some other pliers that I use, but I find I can't get a really good fine grip on them. That looks like it's not closed. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little more stressed than I thought I would be. I'm kind of a bit surprised by this. I mean, on some level not, but I am waiting for my appointment this afternoon for my breast biopsy results. So I keep thinking, you know what, I've had really good luck, so I'm like, I'll be fine. And then I think, oh my God, what would happen if they told me, oh, yeah, so we found stuff, we're going to have to, you know, do another surgery, remove the whole breast, or get radiation treatment. So of course that's like a bit stressful. So you know what, I grabbed this and this is actually wrong because I need something flat, like a flat one. So let me grab that. I don't know if I have any flats. Where on earth did I put? I am the worst for organizing. So this is the smaller container I have, and I took this and I put it in something else, in another container. And I know better. I think, you know, I should just leave things where they are. Oh, there's a small one with a head. I don't know if I want a head pin or a flat one or a ball. I think that's what they call them. So I appreciate you guys being here, and you know, Actually, that's pretty tiny, so that should be fine. So I'll leave these guys out. Let me throw these in here because I'm not going to use them. So yeah, I'm kind of off my game, so I apologize. Okay, so start out with, like I said, we're going to measure 6 inches of these as well as the leather, and I've gone ahead and done that already, so I'll show you what that looks like. So that's these pieces here. So I'm gonna place them inside the slider like this, but before we do that, I want to paint the slider with the vintage patina. So I'm going to take a piece of tissue. Actually, I'm going to take a piece of paper and put that there. Oh, and I forgot to shake my... So these, you can see it's settled at the bottom. So you have to shake them really well. So let's take a look and decide what we're going to do. I kind of wanted it to be blue, but I feel like this might be a little dark. It's called deep turquoise. So I think I will, but actually now that I think of it, I could probably mix the two. Yeah, let's do that. So now I have two things to shake. So make sure you shake them really well. You can see this is, you might have to take a little stick and open it up and put it in. So we may be using the pink. This one, I don't even know if you could tell if it was. They do have like a little ball inside to help shake the paint, but if it settles at the bottom, that ball is just going to roll around here. So I don't know if this is. I may have to get a little. I have these little sticks that I get at the dollar store. You get like 200 for $1, and I use them for mixing my paint. This one's actually mixing pretty good. No, it's not. Let me grab the sticks. So these are the sticks. Just make sure that one's not dirty. So I think we're going to stick with the... Before we open this, I think we should get some gloves on. I end up with really messy hands. So I'll put some gloves on. You know, it's funny. I bought this box of gloves, oh gosh, probably 10 years ago when we moved into this house. So these gloves, they were like a few dollars at the Salvation Army store. I think, you know, somebody had donated them or something. And so let's move this so it doesn't get dirty. And I'll put that there and open this. So you see it's got this thing. You can just take this. Oh yeah, it's already, and you should be able to open it up. I might need to open this with the pliers. I really like doing the patina, but I'll tell you, this part of it I don't like all the messiness of it. But we'll get through it. Oh, without making a mess. So just stick that in there and get it in the bottom and get that all. We're only going to use a couple of drops, which makes this process a little annoying, but actually, you know what? I think that was probably already. I'm going to leave the stick in for a sec because I might just pull the stick out and use that. So let's use the white. I wonder. This sounds like it's okay. So let's try. So I have these. I got these on eBay a long time ago. I'm almost out. I'll have to look for them again. They're great. They're teeny tiny and they're perforated so you can take them off. But they're great for this kind of thing. Then you don't use a whole container or palette. So let's put a couple of drops of the white. And then see if I can put some of this in there. Then I'm going to take a different stick and stir that in. This actually matches the color now. So I think this is what we're going to stick with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put away this, put the lids on everything so we don't have a mess. Put that on. And put the cap on. So those are covered. Let's grab this guy. So I use a pretty crappy brush. And you know what? I need a piece of tissue. Okay, I've got some right there. Because we are going to paint on this, but then we're going to wipe off the high surfaces. So we're not going to paint the whole thing. And do this fast because this stuff dries really fast. Okay. A piece of tissue. Maybe grab this and try and wipe it off. Oh, see how fast it. Now, if it dries like that, if you have some steel wool or the vintage block, you can sand it, the high points. I'm going to go over that again to get more blue in the, let's see if I can add some different darkness here. So you can do whatever you want. You can add a little or a lot. That's the other thing when you're painting. If you add more wet paint, it will wet the paint below it. So then, like, I was able to dry this off. But I think we will take some steel wool and shine that part up a bit. Let me adjust the lighting on this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me see here. Okay, that's not too bad. So just check the sides so that it's not super messy. And we can get that with the other as well. So I think that's all we need. At this point, we are going to coat this with this vintage, we might as well leave that stuff. Let me get the sand paper. Now we have to get a different container out. Yeah. So I have the vintage block. I don't particularly like it. I feel like it's way too smooth for what I use it. So I use steel wool, but I can't put my hands on it right now. So now the different sides of this have different strengths. Let me see what this one's like. Oh yeah, it's nice. If I was using steel wool, this would polish up like very quickly. So you can see this, there's some paint there. If you just go across it, it takes it off. Any flat areas, it will take care of that paint. And you might want to put that away so that you don't spill it, but I'm going to use that tray to put the varnish on. So that's why I left it. So you can see how this is polishing up nice. So these sliders are kind of a rough metallic finish, but you can really polish them up nice. The other thing I find with using steel wool is it actually like gets in all the little nooks and crannies a little better. But definitely this is awesome. So and you get there faster with the steel wool. I don't know where I put it. I just told you how bad I am for storage and reorganizing. I'm in a reorganizing kick as well. So that may be a part of my mood, is just like I'm frustrated. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm just trying to get this spot. Let me see if this, no, that one's smooth. Okay, that should be good. Once it's on there, it'll look nice. Okay, so, and you can leave it a little bit messy too, because it adds to that kind of antique-y feel. So here's the other choice we have. There's a matte glaze and a gloss glaze. I think a matte. I like the matte, but now that I think of it, I want this to look a little more like shiny silver, so maybe the matte will do that. Actually, you don't have to shake your, it's probably a bad idea to shake your gloss, because what happens is you get all these bubbles and then it transfers to that and they stay and dry. So that's, I'm going to put, make sure there's no crumbs in here. You don't need a lot, like 3 drops there is plenty. That's going to be more than enough. And just going to use this brush and this brush soaks up all the and you can do the whole thing in that. So there, so you should, if you're going to reuse those brushes, make sure you can wash them in water, but you have to do it right away. I'm not going to worry, those are just cheap. So this stuff dries super fast. You don't have to worry, but you know what? I think the lighting is because of the white paper. Let me see. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's adjusting all the lighting. So let me take my gloves off and see if this is dry. If not, I've got my handheld dryer. Now my hands are sticky from the gloves. Yeah, okay, it's a bit sticky. So lower your volume. I'm gonna use my heat gun, and don't need to use it for very long, but it's actually not as loud as I thought. That's how fast it's done. So there you go, ready? So we have our leather. I'm just inspecting my leather. They're I had slid this in to make sure it fit, and I noticed there was a bit of like dust inside, and it transferred onto the leather, so just be aware of that. So this leather has a folded section, so depending how you want to do that, I think I am going to have the folded sections to the middle like this, and then the leather between them, so then you won't see the fold. So these are big enough for all three things. I'm going to put these guys in first like that, and then slide it down, and then make some little room here and add the leather to the middle, and it slides in really nice. So just bring them all to the same length. And this slides around, so you don't have to worry too much about getting it centered, but definitely take one side and get it nice and flush on that side. You could cut this side if you just need to snip it a bit, but we're going to wait and add our crimp. And so these crimps have some teeth, and I find that this brand here, the teeth are not, I mean, my nail is, you can hear, so the teeth are there, they will work, but I'm always worried. So let's get our crazy glue out. And you can use any glue. I'm just using crazy glue because it's quicker to dry, so we don't have to mess. Oh, look, I must have got some on my hands. Oh, jeez. So I was looking, I think one of my videos I talked about using crazy glue, and I mentioned about getting Loctite, and a few people had recommended what they use and stuff. I went to Walmart to look for some Loctite, and I did find the display of Loctite, but I couldn't find what I wanted. And I heard on the news that there's a shortage of Loctite. I mean, there's a shortage of a bunch of different stuff, just the whole, this, I don't know if I want to do it this way. I think what I'm going to do, I don't want this to go all over the leather, so I think what I'm going to do is just put some in here. Yeah, it might be a little too much. And I think there's a drop on the bottom side here. Let me see if I can soak some of that up. Okay, let's get this nice and even and squeeze it together. This is going to be pretty. I don't want to put my fingers on the end because that's going to happen. So I'm grabbing my flat nose and let's start it in the middle. Then go to one side, squeeze. Go to the other side, squeeze. That looks good. Okay. Let's go over a little bit. And so this one, the flat ones I measured pretty good. So let's just clip the leather in the middle. Grab my clippers. There. Okay. Let's grab these. I'm going to tilt my camera because there. You know what? I think I need to switch hands carefully. Go to the middle, side, and side. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can show you the whole thing. That looks amazing. So take a look. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so excited. So let's put the cap on the crazy glue so this crazy squirrel doesn't get messed up. And let's fix our chain. So we've got our head pin and the little heart. I think these hearts I got from Michael's. And I need my round nose. So we're going to do a wrap on this one. So let's do it there. Turn that. I want this the teeniest, tiniest hole here. And I need to turn my pliers this way. I should probably use the other pliers, round nose pliers, because that larger round is going to affect how my loop is turned. So there, like that. Okay, so just flip it over like that. Then you're going to loosen your grip and then turn your tool like that. And we're going to, I guess that can go directly onto the, I was going to loop it in, but we'll add it to our chain with a jump ring. So I'm going to hang on to, actually I'm going to do this way. Hang on to the loop so we don't lose the shape. I like to leave my round nose pliers on there, but I don't often see people do that. So I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. You can let me know. You guys are great at giving me valuable information. These are super tiny. Wow. Oh, wow, these are silver plated, so I wonder if it's just they're not as soft. Let's see if we can get that. It's actually not too bad. It looks a bit wonky, but we're going to fix that. See if I can turn this a little more. Let's get that straightened out. This is really tiny. That's what I get for thinking I'm going to do a charm to go on the end of the chain. Not too bad, so let's just move on. We're still going to need these guys. Okay, so let's get in here. You know what? I think I will leave the extra chain. So let's get these guys on the big side. And open this up. Get these. Oh, that one's not going to. Oh, it did. That was. So I like using 18 gauge jump rings. So sometimes tiny little holes don't fit. you know what? I think I'm going to do it this way. Like that. And let me see if I can adjust this one. I had opened this one to get it off, so it looks a bit messy. Oh, that's really nice. That's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. So the one heart echoes the other heart, and it's basically just to keep that extender chain dangling, so it gives it a bit of weight. So let's go ahead and add this to the bracelet. So again, these are super tiny. You might want to use a little bit bigger. I kind of go for the smaller size jump rings, and I usually end up in trouble. So just saying. Let me put that chain back on there. Take this big end, put it on there. That is lovely. That's gorgeous. That looks really nice. Okay. So then we're just going to put this one. I'm wondering, because this one is hooking into that, if maybe we need a few links here. Yeah, let's put another one of these, maybe a size 7. So we'll do one on each side and then a size 7. I'm just going to close this one up because we have to open the other, so we might as well just leave this one. But it's not quite closed. There we go. So we'll open the first one, put this on here, and then add that, and close this nice there. And then open this one right there. Put the lobster claw on and the other bracelet side of the bracelet, and nice and closed. And that's how that one looks. So that is the reason I added the extras. I wanted this piece here away from here so that you can grab it with your fingers really well. If it was stuck on there, it would get all jammed. So let's take a look what this looks like. Let's do it to the middle one. Oh, I can't believe I have so much trouble with this. So there's this part here, and ta-da! So you can see that's way too big for me, but that's how lovely it looks. And this is how this part looks. So if I hook this to here, it should be fine. It might be a bit long for me because I've added this, so I may have to do some alterations, or I mean, I have lots of this stuff, so I can just make some more. So you can alternate your color of, you can do it so you don't paint it, but I find they look so much nicer painted. And you could do a white one to really bring out the white, or you could do a pink one to bring out the pink. So there you go. That is this super. I mean, it took a few steps to get there, but it's so easy. There is this lovely bracelet. Ta-da! Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you soon. Bye.